had that something in you where you wanted to strive for better. So describe for me, what has your journey been like in life?
The journey it's been very hard because, I was on public assistance, so it was like, at first it was a boundary there. Anybody knows about public assistance, they don't want you to go so far or they're going to cut it off.
When you describe yourself now, tell me, who's Freddie Stevenson, the man that you are now?
A few years ago, I remember in college, they would always have speakers come in and ask us who we are. I wouldn't have been able to answer the question. It probably would have had something to do with football. I'm a fullback for Florida State. I want to play in the NFL. But now it's just simple. I'm Freddie Stevenson, man of purpose.
This is a passion of mine. The whole premise behind the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast is to spotlight the fact that it is now time for you to get your dope comeback story.
Hey, say Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Say Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Jazzie Conversations with Jazz.
Every Monday, I call people into a studio and we dig into their comeback stories, because I know that we see people in their glory and we see people when they're on top, when they can have that silver lining to them, but we all go through some things, right? We all go through some things, and I think once we're real with people and we let people know the trials and tribulations that we've gone through, it only makes us human and it connects one of us.
So I just want to know, what would be your advice to someone who is looking to start their own podcast?
First and foremost, let me back up. Find your voice. What are you going to talk about? Is it something that people want to listen to? How long will your podcast be? What's going to be the consistency of your podcast? Are you going to do it like weekly, daily? Are you going to do it monthly? So once you find that, because that's going to indicate if somebody wants to listen to your podcast or not. I do know how I'm doing it. I'm doing it with God. I'm doing it because this is a passion of mine. And when you are passionate about something, you're not going to stop. So it really it comes down to how bad do you want it.
It really does boil down to how bad do you want it. And I, for one, am one of those people who want it badly. I want it desperately, and I'm going to stop at nothing to get it. So welcome to episode 138 of the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. As you know, I am your host, Jasmar Jazz Bennett, mother, educational leader, and of course, you're tuned in to one of the most magnificent podcasts in the land, the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. Listen, we have our 3-year podcast anniversary live show gearing up. It's going down this Saturday at the Lakeland Well from noon to 5 p.m. We are going to have vendors. We are going to have food trucks. We are going to have amazing talent in this show. We have some entertainment for you this year. I want to try to give you a brief synopsis, a brief rundown of what you can anticipate. First of all, before I do that, I want to encourage you to make sure that you get your tickets right now on eventbrite.com. There's one VIP ticket remaining, and then we have a few general admission tickets available for you. So do not hesitate to get these tickets, because I'm telling you, this show will be a sold out show. I'm not just saying it to get you to get these tickets. I am saying it because I want you in the building. Like, I do not want you to be left behind this year. Let me tell you why. First of all, I'm going to tell you that we are definitely opening up the show with an amazing voice. When I thought about doing my podcast anniversary show this year, I said, I am strictly making it a celebratory event. So I said, Jazz, what is it that you like? And so I love live music. I love someone who can really, really sing. I love live instruments. I love a great DJ. I love to laugh, so I love comedy. I love interesting people, so that's why I have my podcast in the first place. I love just that interaction that comes with a fantastic show. So when I produce a show, when I produce my live podcast shows, I'm thinking about my audience coming into the show. You've paid your money for a show, and that's what I am going to give you this year. And so I have some invited guests. We have Lady Soul, who's going to be opening up the show. I cannot wait. She is a neo soul singer. She is phenomenal. I have Miss Okima Lewis. Although Okima Lewis is being celebrated on November 9th with her event that someone planned for her because they are celebrating her for this day, she is making a stop by my show, and she's going to start us off with that first principle that I believe that gets you to your comeback story, and that is God. So she's going to start us all right on off in the spirit of things. And then we move along in the show. I will be doing a special interview with someone that I've looked up to in the media game for a very long time, Miss Andrea Oliver Clark. She is going to be doing a special interview with me. And then we move into our special guests who are going to be gracing these live podcast interviews. We have Mr. Smart Mouth himself, Jason Alexander, is going to be one of the guests that I'm going to be interviewing. We have the Experience Life podcast. They are going to be in the building. Miss Catrice Hadley and Dee Powell are the hosts of that fantastic podcast. And then last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Christopher King himself, who's going to be coming as my third podcast interview. Now, in the meantime, we do have DJ Ken Blaze on the ones and twos, who's going to be giving us a little audience karaoke. I'll let you know more about that in the upcoming days. This show is going to be magnificent. If you were not in the building for the first year, if you were not in the building for the second year, you definitely want to get yourself in the building for the third year. And if you were there for the first and second year, then you know what to expect, but just times it by 3. All right. We are going bigger and better. We do have food trucks there. We have some Caribbean food. We have Uncle Bucky's agreed to come to the podcast event. So we will have him. He was rated the #1 barbecue place in Lakeland by the Lakeland Ledger, and that was by your votes. So we're going to see what it's all about. Uncle Bucky's, y'all tag him in the comment section because he's going to be there. I have Giovanni's Italian Ice is going to be there. I have the banana pudding lady in the building. I love me some banana pudding. And if you've had her banana pudding, oh my, you need to make sure that you are there in the building. All right. We have Southern Babies. It's going to be there because they have my official Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast drink. All right. So I am going to also, depending on what I see tonight, I'm going to be giving away 2 general admission tickets to my show this Saturday, November 9th from noon to 5 p.m. at the Lakeland Well. That's 114 East Parker Street here in Lakeland, Florida. So here's how you get to win 2 free tickets to my show. I'm going to be checking the comment section. You have to make sure that you have shared this podcast episode. You have to like this podcast episode. And I have to see that you have tagged at least 3 people in the comment section. All right. And you have to be engaging throughout this entire conversation. It's 2 general admission tickets, not just 1, but 2. And this show is almost sold out. So for me to be giving away tickets at this point, I love y'all, but you're going to have to work for these tickets. All right. You got to work for the tickets. So again, you have to share this post. You have to tag at least 3 people in the comment section. You got to like the post. You got to make sure that you are engaging in the conversation throughout the night. I can't just see that you're at the beginning and then you drop off. You got to make sure you are here. So without further ado, I am going to bring my special guest to the stage. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm all right. How you doing, Jazz? How you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully well. As you guys can see, this is the CEO, the founder, proprietor of Game Film Now, Mr. Tavares Leverette. He is a magnificent man who is creating his own trajectory in a positive direction, and he's creating waves in motion for our youth. And I just love everything that he stands for. And so, Tavares, how would you introduce yourself? Because I know you as Pooh. I'm gonna call you Pooh because you a Valley boy to me.
Yeah,
Same neighborhood, right? In Bartow. So
same street, right up the road.
right
Same
up the
street.
road. Like it's a family affair, really.
Yeah.
So how would you describe yourself?
Well, I mean, hometown kid. Like I said, my name is Tavares Leverette. I go by Pooh. Small town kid, man, just trying to change lives, man, because it's needed. It's a hectic time out here right now, man. I'm gonna tell you like this, when we spoke, I was a little nervous about it because this ain't really my lane. This ain't what I do, you know what I mean? So but I'm not in control of what I'm doing right now. I think God is moving my steps, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to be obedient, you know what I mean, and do what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Because this ain't something I would have done, like I said, but hey, you my girl, so and I gotta spread this message, say any kind of way.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna just say, to start things off, y'all, I'm so sorry. I keep messing with my hair. I'm sorry because listen, in the duration of me getting prepared for this interview, I pushed it back so late because my son's basketball games are now on Mondays, and it is like I'm noticing that it's going to really, really be taxing on me. But I'm so excited. They lost their first game, JV did, but varsity won by 20 points now. So I'm happy. So we will take it. And he played really good. So I'm excited. So I just wanted to just give a shout out to Academy Prep Center of Lakeland before we go any further into this podcast. And so that's really up the alley of what you do. Like you create special moments for kids that they can encapsulate, their youth in their sports. And if they want to go into broadcast or media, like you are creating that avenue for them, you're giving them that exposure. But before we get into that, Pooh, I want to say publicly that I'm so proud of you. And I'm not saying it because you're on this podcast. Like I love a great comeback story, and I love for someone who's able to go through what they go through, but they're able to change the trajectory of their lives, and they're able to come back and put good out into the world. And I see that that's what you're doing. Like when we connected on Facebook, I'm like, Pooh is a man. Like you're older than me, so I always looked at you as like an older cousin, older brother type. And I'm just like, I'm looking at the positive things that you're doing. You're a family man. You come from a huge family that is close, tight knit. Like y'all are a close family. Like do a lot of things together. And family man. You're a husband, father, all of those great things. And I just see how your life has just changed and how it's morphed. And so when we did have this conversation off camera, and you said yes, but then you were kind of reluctant. It's like, I think when you contemplated what was going to happen and you just forged through it, because like you said, there's a message here. Like there's a message through our mess. There's a message through everything that we have to go through. When we make it on the other side and we see where we are now, there's someone else behind us. There's someone else that's looking at us, looking up to us, that we don't even know who's watching us. There could be a stranger that's going to look at this podcast episode and they're going to learn something from your story. So that's why it's so positive to have a platform. It's powerful to have a platform, but you just have to make sure that you use it in the right way, because a lot of people are influential. And so I called you on here, partner, because you got a story to tell now. I know you'll resonate with people.
Yeah. So I mean, I can relate to many youth, because I've lived through a lot. I've been through a lot. I've experienced a lot. Still experiencing stuff, but I try to stay busy because I know me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not doing something, I'm gonna end up doing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how I am. So if you got to know yourself, if you know yourself, sometimes you save yourself from yourself.
Yeah.
I think I'm not nervous about just doing the show, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't scared of nothing.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know, I don't want to stumble over my words or, you know, leave nothing out. You know what I mean? Because, you know, what I'm doing, I think is much needed, you know. But yeah, I just want to, so you want me to go into my background a little bit, you know?
I do, because I wonder from you, because one of the things that you stated in your bio is that you come from a small town. You know, we came from the East Side, T Circle, right in Bartow. Like, we lived on the same street. So you are truly like, you're my neighbor. You know what I mean? Like, you're a childhood friend. And like I said, it's family, because we were raised together, you know, and so we protected. I feel like the guys in the neighborhood protected the girls, because I was, you know, Leisha is one of my best friends, you know, that's your cousin. And it's just like, we all just were kids, like back in the times where kids got to be kids. And so what I just remember seeing from you, you know, I know that you had, you know, dreams of making it big in the NFL. And you just were a boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all was just always into something anyway. So it's just like, I wonder, from a youth, what do you feel like your perception was? Like, how do you think people viewed you, like, when you were younger?
Viewed me? Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I put a lot of expectations on myself, just because, you know, growing up right around my family, especially on my dad's side, you know, there's a lot of athletes. I had an uncle that went to the NFL, my uncle Benny Leverette. He went to the NFL, you know, just going to the rec plan. Just being at the rec every day, you know what I'm saying? They have trophy in the trophy case. I would see my dad, my uncles, you know, they picture in the trophy case. So everybody that, you know, the workers, you know, they'd be like, oh, you a Leverette? Oh, man, but I know you're going to be good, this and that. So, you know, I'm trying to live up to the name, you know, but in the end, you know, I was, so let me tell you, when you bring up family, that's real big, you know. I'm going to start by, you know, so I wrote a little couple things down, because, you know, it's a lot. I don't want to be all over the place. I want to try to keep it, you know. So, you know, my background, like you said, I grew up in with my grandma in a 3-generational home, you know, like most people. You know, staying there with mama and grandma, you know, cousins, aunties, uncles, or whatever. But there wasn't no daddy in the home. So not in my home, you know. It's unfortunate, but, you know, circumstances, it is what it is, you know what I mean? A lot of people go through circumstances, you know. At that time, I grew up in the 80s. I was born in the 70s, but I grew up in the 80s, you know. At that time, that's the height of the crack epidemic, you know what I mean? So, I mean, when I look back on it now, I realize, okay, you know, Pops, he might have been trying to get his hustle on or whatever. Whatever was going on at that time, you know what I mean? And then it just probably didn't work out between him and my mama. So either way, that's what it ended up being, you know, a fatherless home for me. You know, and on my mom's side, you know, I'm the middle son, you know, of 3 boys, you know. Each one of us had our own daddy, you know what I mean? So you know, it started off like it's just my daddy wasn't in my life, you know what I'm saying? Not at all, really, you know. So
what about like your uncles from your dad's side? Like, did you have a connection with them?
Well, yeah, I would see them, but I'm gonna tell you, my daddy's side, man, they some you know, they got bad blood and they got bad blood in their body, man, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of negative, you know. I got some, you know, but most of them have turned their life around, but they were thugging, man. So that's where I get all that stuff from, man. That Leverette blood, man, you know. But yeah. But you know, when they would see me, they would run into me, man, you know, when, you know, we'll chop it up, but I still wanted the attention of my daddy, you know what I'm saying? He stayed in Bartow, you know what I'm saying? It was just he just wouldn't come spend time with me. You know, I don't know his reasons or whatever, but it is what it is. But I yearn for his attention. You know what I mean? And right now, I think that's a big thing in most homes right now, man. It's fatherless homes.
Mm-hmm.
Circumstance, like I say, circumstances broke the family up. Whether it was designed by the government or whatever. To get resources from them. Where they kick the fathers out the home in order to get a woman resources, or sometimes the relationship just don't work. But
right,
the main thing, you still got to have that connection.
right.
You still got to have that connection.
Mm-hmm.
But I never had it. And mostly, most importantly, what I wanted from him more than anything was a hug, and just to be told, that he was proud. He was proud of me. You know what I mean? But I never got that. You know what I mean? I never got that. Sometimes it'll be just a coincidence that I might run into him.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get my hopes up. Yeah, I'm gonna come get you this weekend. We're gonna spend time doing this and that and that. So I go home and talk trash to my cousin. And, oh yeah, I ain't gonna be here that weekend. Shit, I'm gonna go. What I'm saying? We finna go. We finna go all over. We finna go to the fair and all this whole crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? But not sad to come. I'm standing at the door. Every car passed by. I think that's him right there.
Yeah.
Car keep going by. So weekend up. Time after time, I'm getting disappointed. You know what I mean? So that's building up as a child, because as a child, you remember all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And kids soak up all that stuff, man. A lot of times life be life, and people don't really pay attention to that, but kids remember everything. That's why I'm so cautious about what I do around kids now.
Yeah.
Because we gotta, it ain't really no examples no more. It ain't no good examples no more, man. Everybody doing their own thing, and everybody trying to still be young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to be outside.
Exactly.
It ain't no real grandparents no more. You know what I'm saying? We used to, growing up out there, I can say growing up in T-Circle, there was a lot of stable families out there. I think my house, we was probably one of the most chaotic houses out there. Everybody like to come around our house, you know what I'm saying? You can be yourself. You can do what you want to do around here. Cause man, hey, well, my grandma, she wasn't no joke
at all.
Hey, who? Hey, I grew up in the house with a professional certified cusser.
Look, I'm trying to
and drinker. She gonna drink you up under the table, and she gonna cuss your ass out all the way down the road. Especially if you pull up and you don't speak. Oh my God. You started some shit with Mamie Lee.
You started something.
You started some shit with Mamie Lee on day. Everybody know me, know my grandma Mamie Lee, Mary Lee Mosley.
Yes,
you already know she wasn't no joke.
Yes,
man.
yes.
So that's the environment I grew up in, man. It was crazy.
I was gonna ask you, Pooh, like since you hit on that topic, just to get your opinion about something, because you said, look who look who's watching. Hey, Sharon said true. Sharon, you know about that, right?
You stay right across the street.
Right across the street.
Yeah.
Right across the street. I was gonna ask you, you said that kids, as a child, you said all you wanted from your dad was for him to tell you, I'm proud of you, just to give you a hug. And so I find myself having these conversations with people quite often about, kids and their father, like if the mother and the father is not together, and just how a woman is supposed to find peace with whatever that situation is. And just, if he doesn't meet the expectations that you want him to meet, you have to find a way to be peaceful about that and just go on with your life. And so I to a certain extent agree with that, but I guess with my upbringing being the way that it was, because I was in one of those stable households where my father was there, my mother was there, and so it does feel like a complete failure in terms of the dynamic of what I wanted my kids to be raised under, because that is not how I'm raising my kids, unfortunately. But I do the best that I can in terms of making sure that their relationship with their father is not hindered by how I feel, because how I feel is totally different. Because now what I will share with other women is that, you know, you may have your feelings about the father, and it's totally, it's hard, and you deserve credit for acknowledging that it's hard. You deserve credit for what you go through. But at the end of the day, if you put the lens of your kids on, and if kids just yearn for their father, and if the guy is trying, because all I heard you say, you didn't say, I want him to go buy me this, I want him to be in the household with my mom again, I want him to just be stable, pick me up from school. Like, you didn't say any of that. You said something as simple as, I just want him to give me a hug. Like, I want him to say that he's proud of me, or just show up for me every now and then. And so I have to step back sometimes and put that lens on, because I see it with my kids. It's like, we as women, if the kids are in the household with us, it's like we can do all day, every day. But if that dad comes in, he can just do like the smallest thing, and it is like the hugest thing to your kids. And it's like, I step back sometimes and I'm like, this shit is so unfair. Like, it's so unfair. But then at the end of the day, at least they have that relationship. You know what I'm saying? At least they have that they can get that. And it's not that he just does the little stuff, but it's like, when he does just do the little stuff, I notice it. It's like, whether it's the little stuff that he does, whether it's the consistent stuff that he does, whether it's the huge things that he does, it all just, it's so big to them. And I just think dads just really need to realize the power that they have in families. You know, and it's like, you have just stated it right now. Like, you've stated like the smallest thing that your dad could have done. It's like, it's the biggest thing ever.
Yeah, let me say this here, man. And I think this is so important. I'm gonna say this here. Y'all women, y'all do a magnificent job, you know. I mean, being single mothers it's at an all-time high.
Yeah.
You know. Y'all carry the load. Y'all do the, you know, if you got to drop the kids off, just all that extra stuff. Then you go into your job too. You know what I mean? So, you know, women now, you know, you guys are empowered. You know, you're reaching higher heights on your own. You know, but what I can say, I would say this to all women, no matter how your relationship ends up. Because, you know, I done been in a lot of relationships. They didn't end well. You know what I mean? I wish I would have been in the house, but, you know, shit happened. But, you know what I mean? And mostly, you know, it might have been my fault. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it turned out. But, you know what I'm saying? But as I look back, I will say this. You know, I urge all women, you know, that got kids, you know, don't talk bad about your dad, about your children, dad, to your kids or around your kids. Because, you know, like I say, we remember everything. And daddy, you know, we want to make daddy proud. And I don't care what y'all done went through. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Because to me, he the king.
He the hero.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and like, you know, let me tell you, no matter how much he didn't show up for me, he didn't come pick me up. My cousin them, you know, my cousin them, they'll mess with me. You know, you thought your daddy was coming, you know, they'll pick on me, joke on me, you know what I'm saying? But you know, then we'll start fighting, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he might ain't show up, he might not be ain't shit, but you ain't finna talk
about him.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we finna rumble in this thing a little bit, tear grandma shit up, you know what I'm saying? You know, we ain't gonna talk about it because, you know, like I say, I felt like, you know, I was trying my best to live up to the name, the Leverette name, you know what I mean? And I just wanted that recognition. I wanted that recognition, you know. But
I got you. And thank you for hitting on that point, because I keep having these conversations, and it's like on some front, I feel that it's well within a woman's right to have an expectation for the type of father that she wants for her child, especially if if you do have a relationship where you can talk to the father. It's just like, and then especially if you guys talked about it before you had the kids. And so I think it's just impressionable. And you can answer this question too. It's for me, it's impressionable on the type of father that you have, because in some ways it may dictate the type of father you're going to have, or it can completely, you can completely do a 180 where it's like, this is not, I see what it felt like for him to do it to me. So when I become a father, I'm not going to have that experience with my kids. So it could be a positive and a negative, you know, in that. And so do you feel like you are that father that you wanted? Do you think you are that type of father for your kids?
I'm gonna say no.
Mm-hmm.
No. Because honestly, I didn't have an example.
Okay.
So I didn't know how to be a daddy.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I didn't know. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm still learning, you know. Many kids I got, I'm still learning, you know what I mean? It's a learning process every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because stuff change, and you got to change with the times, you know. But I did, you know, I try to learn from my kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do try to, you know, talk to them and just give them advice on, you know, just not to do the things I done went through, because I don't want to see them go through that, you know. But yeah, like I said, I didn't have an example, you know, so I'm just winging it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff, you know, I pictured, you know, like everybody else, you know what I mean? You want to be a dad like Bill Cosby on the Cosby Kids, you know what I mean?
Right.
Be a good provider and all that stuff like that. But you know, if it's whatever your circumstances may be, you know what I'm saying, that's just how you got to roll with it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, I chose trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's what I like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love excitement, you know what I mean? Because I'm spontaneous, you know what I'm saying? This stuff I do, I surprise myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm real. I be like, what? You know, so that's just, you know, I was just, you know, growing up, man, you know, Mamie Lee, she gonna give you two choices.
Yeah.
You know, early morning, you know, in the morning, you might get to watch what you want to watch, but come 11 o'clock, the Price is Right gonna go on. Yeah. Then when the news come on, you better not say nothing.
Nothing.
Now, you know what I'm saying? You watch the news, you know what I mean? Then once 12:30, whatever, I think 12:30, 1 o'clock hit, you know, the stories finna come on.
I was gonna say the stories.
What? Hey, you didn't make no noise in the house. You hear me?
Out of here.
So, you know, I mean, she gave us choices, man. You know what I'm saying? You stay in the house and be quiet, or go outside.
Yeah.
If you go outside, you finna stay outside.
Right.
There ain't no in and out, in and out. Right. She made a song about it. In and out, in and out. You letting all the air out and all that stuff.
Listen.
Well, you ain't gonna let me come back in and get in the drink? No, drink out the faucet.
Exactly.
Go to that water hole, let it run a little bit.
Exactly.
You know, man, but let me tell you, you know, being outside, I chose outside. I just had energy, man. I like to play. I like to be around other people, man. You know what I'm saying? I just can sit still. So, you know, that, you know, in our neighborhood, I'm the one, you know, going to everybody's house. Hey, I'm knocking on the door, man. Come outside, man.
Yeah.
Man, it's 100 degrees outside. You know what I'm saying, man? I don't care about how hot it is, man. Come outside, man. I'm outside, man. You come outside with me, man, because I can't go back in the house. If I go inside, I gotta stay in the house.
Exactly.
So I'm outside. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, but you know, being that, you know, I took advantage of it, man, because I would run into, you know, man, T-Circle, man, had some of the best athletes in our generation to come through Bartow as far as sports.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to tell you some of the people that taught me, who I learned from, you know what I mean, just starting from the entrance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? These guys, they going to appreciate me shouting them out too. I'm going to start with, you know, from the entrance, John McNair, Alvin Pearsall, Ant Fuller, Putty and Tony Douglas, Warren Mosley, Pat Sams, Chris Wynn, David Wilson, K-Boy, Kerry Jones, Henry Roberts. Now these just the athletes, you know what I mean? Yeah, the other guys, they went with the athletes, but they're my partners too, you know what I'm saying? We just on some other shit, you know. But just coming up under them athletes right there, man. So, them guys was all stars in sports. You know what I mean? Some of them off in college did great things. You know what I mean? So I learned from them guys, man. And
you said Henry. You said Henry Roberts.
Yeah. Okay. Henry.
Okay.
I said Henry, man. Henry was balling out there, man. Him up. Yes, sir. So I took advantage of that, man, and just still trying to get better and. Just hopefully still trying to impress my daddy, get better. Yeah. Maybe somebody will tell my daddy, you know what I'm saying, what I'm doing out there, what I'm doing out on the court, or what I'm doing out there on the field. You know what I mean? So, just trying to impress him, man. And like I say, I ain't never talked to nobody about it, man. So, I still got traumas, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we all, I ain't never had no counseling or nothing, but maybe I need to talk to somebody bigger. Me and you talking right now, this happened to me, you know what I mean?
Seriously, like, see how it feels like after you do this podcast episode, and honestly, like, truly look into that. Like, I feel like that's important. Like, I've talked to so many psychologists and psychiatrists on this show. I haven't personally gone to see one, but I like to talk. Like, I talk to when I do, because I don't talk to my friends like that how we used to talk to back in the day, like hours and hours upon hours on the phone. But when I do have those long and deep conversations, it lifts something off of you. You know what I'm saying? So facts, like, look into that, sir. So yeah.
I mean, I think I would, because I think I might have a free session. Somebody been trying to get me to come talk to him, but how we are, man. Shit. I'm a man. I don't need to talk to them about it, man. They can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I figure this shit out on my own. But there's something that other people have a different perspective. You know what I mean?
That
so
and
you need to talk to
we living into a society where I'm glad that it's more men, and especially more Black men, like, coming to the forefront and saying how critical it is to talk. And even knowing Black psychologists who are men and Black psychiatrists who are men, and they use their platforms to even shine a spotlight on how important it is. I think that's important, and being around your circle, you know what I'm saying? Your circle of men that you are with right now, like, if they're like, we're manly men, and I ain't talking to nobody about my problems, like what they're gonna do. Or if you have just that one person that's just like, man, you got to release that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that just makes you a better man. Like, on the forefront with these single women, I'm gonna just tell you with my hand raised, that is attractive. Like, a man who is working on himself and who's just like, I don't have all of it figured out, but I want to be a better man. Man, that is an attractor. I got kids. I got a busy schedule. I don't need nobody who is going to mess me up psychologically. Like, come to me already fixed, or you already have that mindset that, look, we not bringing no generational curses in, we breaking it, we all growing. That it's like check. All right, so just saying, now I know your wife can appreciate that, me telling you that, okay? Like, hell, I already got it now, so
it's you can't get complacent with nothing, you know what I'm saying? You still have to treat every day like it's a whole new day, like, you know what I'm saying? With me anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, some of the stuff I do, I surprise myself, you know.
I don't know why that was so funny to me. I'm like, Pooh, what you be doing?
Hey, that's a trade secret. I sell information now, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let me tell you now, what I'm gonna do. Hey, I gotta get my own help, because see, I realized that I'm a hood counselor too, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I might start just taking some calls, you know what I'm saying, myself, for a little small donation, you know what I'm saying? But I sit and talk to you, because I know a lot of people just want to be heard, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna be an ear for you, for a small little fee now.
A professional listener, a professional listener. I feel you. Look, your wife is up here laughing at you.
Good advice too. I'm a unlicensed professional hood counselor.
Yes. So listen, so in your bio also, you had dreams of grandeur because you're chasing the Leverette legacy. You wanted to be in the NFL, but then you end up getting hurt, and so that dream didn't come to fruition, and so you started going down a different path. And so tell me about that path, like at an early age, like with being in the street life, with being a ladies man, like how did all of those choices affect you?
Well, I'm gonna say once I hit growing up in elementary and all that, I was real smart. To the point where they tested me for the gifted classes and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it turned out I wasn't as smart as I thought I was.
Mm-hmm.
But so I ain't make the gifted classes.
Okay.
But I was smart.
It's good.
I've always been smart, Yeah. But once I hit middle school, Union Academy, 7th grade, middle school, I look back and I started to realize my true environment that I was in,
Yeah.
At that time, my grandma was a candy lady, so
right.
she was a candy lady by day, and our house was the gambling house at night, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They playing cards all night, getting it in, so but I really at that same time, while they end up gambling, I'm sneaking in there, stealing the candy, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking it to school. So that started my hustle, you know what I'm saying? Besides, I used to do homework for people. I know how to write, and I can write just like you. All I gotta do is see how you write. I can write just like you. So I used to get paid to do copy people home. You know what I'm saying? Just copy my, because I'm getting the work right. I'm getting good. You know what I'm saying? So I got you, dog. You tired of making F's? I'm gonna slide your B. You know, I'm gonna give you no A, but because they gonna know something wrong.
Right. It's cheating for everybody.
I can't get you no A like I got. I got more something wrong. But, just between that right there, so it started with the candy, man. You know what I'm saying? So I got in the groove of hustlers with some candy to selling liquor and selling weed, and just went on from there, man. So, but I mean, once I hit middle school, man, I went to, getting attention from girls, because in elementary we went to Gibbon Street. I went to Gibbon Street, so it was just
Gibbon Street now.
whoever was at that school, you know what I'm saying, that's who we were with, but once you get to Union Academy, 7th grade and junior high, you get everybody, all these new people, and you know what I'm saying, and so I always been smooth how I move, you know what I mean, so I'm getting attention, but I wasn't really studying them, you know what I'm saying, because hey, let me tell you, when I was coming up, man, I had police hair. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what that is.
What is police hair?
Police hair. You know what I'm saying? That's the hair. It just roll up and part anywhere. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't just nappy. That's nappy. You know what I'm saying? The naps got nappy. I had police hair. I ain't like to brush my hair, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just running around doing whatever, being a boy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worrying about trying to look good and all that. I don't care about what I got on, man. I'm finna go out here and play. I'm worried about playing, you know what I'm saying? But, when I started seeing the girl checking me out a little harder, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, well, shit, maybe I might do need a haircut, you know what I'm saying? And start brushing this shit.
Start feeling it.
It's just that attention, and I enjoyed the attention. Yeah. Just straight up. And I was always out of my crew. I was always the youngest, so even though I might have been in the same grade with them guys, some of them might have, been a year or two older, but I was the youngest. So, and then I always hung with my brother, I always hung with Ty and his partners, you know what I'm saying? So, that was a major factor too, you know what I mean? So, but, me and Ty, we were wild as most of them, you know what I mean? So, but it was just between, I got the mentality, my brother, he off the chain. So it's like, I really got the green light to do whatever because, ain't nobody finna mess with me. Ain't nobody finna mess with nobody in my crew. We had the rawest crew around, You know what I'm saying? All the girls wanted us. The fellas wanted to be like us. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got no choice, but you better try to get along with us, or we're gonna bring it to you. You know what I mean? So, but you know, so it just, you know, chasing girls, man, and just hanging out every day, man, just in the gardens up there at the Haitian station, you know, just hanging around and just maneuvering, you know what I'm saying, and moving way faster than I should have been moving, because, you know, I ain't had no curfew. You know what I'm saying? Because grandma and them around there, they got the gambling house jumping. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, doing what they doing around us. So it was just like a free fall, man. And we was in the neighborhood, you know, and we were doing some wild shit, man. You know what I mean? So it's some stuff I ain't gonna talk about, you know what I'm saying? But we were doing some wild shit, man. I look back, you know,
So what was it that calmed you down? Because, you know, not fast forwarding too much, but just the trajectory that you were going down, that path that you were going down, you know, it seems like you didn't have your sights on college per se. You were in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like you were,
I'm gonna tell you in high school, my junior year, I got a baby. You know what I'm saying? My junior year. So that right there, you know, that made me grow up a little bit or a lot, you know, because I couldn't still be no, you know, just carefree teenager. You know what I'm saying? Living and learning about myself. You know what I mean? I got to step up and try to figure out a way to get pamper money from a son. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, because, you know, grandma never hide at me, man. You know what I'm saying? Once I told him, you know, that the girl was pregnant and all that there, man. Oh Lord, that just killed her spirit. I might have took a couple years off of her right there, just learning that right there. You know what I mean? So that right there, man, you know, that made me. I think that's what drove me to need money worse. You know, because like no daddy in the house, you know, so ain't no money coming in from him. You know, mama doing everything she could do. So, you know, you got some people, I'm gonna tell you, you got some people, man, they get involved in the streets, you know, for the fame or for the name or whatever. I did it for survival. You know what I mean? Whether, you know, I'm having to buy my own clothes, because around that time, you know, middle school, around that time, my mama she was getting real sick. And she had lupus and kidney failure, so she was in and out of the hospital. You know what I'm saying? She was spending over half of the year in the hospital. You know, so I'm you know, I'm just trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? Provide for myself. You know, my grandma, you know, she was scraping by. You know what I mean? You know, so I had to do what I had to do. You know what I mean? So that's what, you know, drove me to that there, man. And, you know, and just being in the streets, man, you know, I started attracting older women, man. You know what I mean? Older women was digging on me. I guess they wondered, you know, why they got that? What's up with him? Because, you know, he's so young, but he always with the older cats. What's so special about him? Why they let him be with him? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna turn up. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the youngest, but I'm gonna turn up. You know, but you know, but older women, you know, they was gravitating toward me, man. And I had a lot of women, you know, they gave me money. They use their cars, you know what I'm saying, and you know, this and that. But then, you know, I didn't play football my junior year, but my senior year, I'm out there playing football. I got my son in the crowd, you know what I'm saying? I got like a 4-year-old kid, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, after once, you know, I got hurt again, it was like, that's over, you know. So I'm like, man, that was my only plan. I didn't have a plan B. You know, so I had to adapt. I mean, you know, and you know, most of that was my surroundings, you know, who you surround yourself with, you know what I'm saying? My partners is my partners, but I should have been around more positive people. But I mean, you know, even though sometimes, you know, it was a small time, but sometimes, you know, who you hang around makes a big difference.
It It really does.
What the choices you make, you know what I mean? Because you know, I got some wild partners, man. You know what I mean? You know, still partners to this day, but you know, I just have, you know, they know I'm on a different course right now. You know what I mean? So they respect that. I mean, at least I hope they respect it. If they don't, you know what I'm saying, that's a conversation we'll have to have. But you know, I'm on a different trajectory. You know what I mean? So they best bet, you know, to get behind me and support me. You know what I mean?
I love how you said that you and I'm sorry, my computer is my battery is getting low. I don't want to lose the conversation, but what made you, I know it was a near-death experience where you found God and you turned things around. Like how did that come about? Because you are on definitely a different trajectory from your latter years, your younger years.
Well, let me tell you, hustling, running the streets hard, heavy, in Bartow, you know what I'm saying, trapping day and night and day, you know. I was one day I was out early and the police got behind me, man. So I running from them, man, and I you know, thought I lost them, you know, lost control of the car, ran into a tree head on, you know, probably doing about 50, 60 miles per hour, you know. So I mean, everybody thought I was dead. I thought I was dead, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I woke up, they was I would faintly remember being in the ambulance for a little bit, but then next thing I knew, you know, they was
airlifting
me to Orlando, you know, the trauma center. So, you know, during that time, man, you know, that was one of my lows, man, because you know, I hurt myself so bad, you know, I thought I wasn't gonna be able to walk again. I thought I was gonna lose my legs, so I didn't want to live no more, man. You know, and just those months, you know what I'm saying, being laid up and having to rehab myself, because you know I was a street dude, man. I ain't had no insurance, you know what I'm saying. So I had to teach myself how to walk again, you know what I mean. And all of that came by, you know, through the power of prayer, because I had almost gave up, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I could tell you.
How old were you at that time?
Let's see. That was like 01. So maybe like 23, 24.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, probably about 24.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm like, man, I can't move around like I want to, man. I don't even feel like the man I am no more. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot out of me, you know what I mean? And you know, people would the people that I thought was in my corner, you know what I'm saying? Nobody showed up for me really. I ain't gonna say all together, but the people I hung around a lot, you know what I'm saying? You know, people continue their life on, living their life, you know what I mean? Out of sight, out of mind, really. Yeah. You know, that's the same thing that happens when you end up in prison or end up in jail. You know, your partners, they not really finna be there for you. They living their own life. They still out there thugging. They still doing what they do, you know what I mean? So it ain't no camaraderie. They ain't nobody finna ride with you. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that on your own, you know what I'm saying? And so it ain't that brotherhood that you think it's finna be, like they finna just write you every day and all that stuff. But so it was just God, you know what I mean? Me building that relationship and having time to talk to him and you know, just having them conversations and so that was the main turning point, man. And but I was hard headed, you know. I rehabbed myself, you know, and it turned into where as soon as I was able to, you know, felt strong enough, I got right back out there, you know, even though he showed me one time, you know what I'm saying, Bim, hey, he took me for a second, but brought me back, you know what I'm saying, just to open my eyes. But, you know, because at that time, you know, I was contemplating about getting out the game anyway, you know what I'm saying, because I know I had a higher purpose, you know what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm out here on the block, but I'm way too smart for this. I'm supposed to be doing something else, you know what I mean? But, you know, so between that right there and, you know, like I said, I got back out there, then, you know, getting into a lot of stuff, a lot of beefs, you know what I'm saying, with different guys, different crews or whatever. So, you know, in and out of jail, you know, not being there for my kids like I should have been. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I was in a cycle, having more kids, dealing with a lot more women, you know, and just wasn't really shit to nobody, you know what I'm saying? Didn't really care about nobody. you know, at my lowest, you know, I would say, yeah, that was my lowest. So just building that relationship and talking to God, man. You know, He really showed me, you know, this ain't what it is. Not for me,
right?
You know, not for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say, yeah, that was definitely the turning point for me.
And it would be, because that's something that's just, it's totally out of nowhere, and it literally knocked you down where all you could do is just really reach for Him. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes that's what has to happen to us for us to realize, you know, the direction that we need to go. And so tell me, how did Game Film Now come about?
So, you know, with me having boys, you know, I would always brag to them, you know, man, I used to be the shit back in my day, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they wanted to see some proof, you know what I mean? So I'm calling the school, you know, trying to check with, you know, the school to see if they got any kind of film. They didn't have any film. So I was like, man, I got to change. I got to do something to change that there, man. So,
yeah,
I was like, well, you know, I said, I'm gonna start filming it, you know what I'm saying? Just filming, you know, create these memories for these kids, man. So they won't have the same excuses that I had, you know. So they gotta capture these memories, man. You know what I mean? That's something you can always look back and see, man. It's always there forever, you know what I'm saying, with the internet age, you know. So that's my main purpose. And, you know, I want to provide an outlet, you know, for kids that they may be on the fence. You know what I mean? Yeah. They might be hanging with the bad crowd sometimes, but they might come from a good background, you know, or they might be the bad crowd and just want something different, you know. I want to be that outlet, because I can deal with anybody. You know, so I can talk to anybody, from professional to the lowest of the low. You know what I'm saying? So I can talk with anybody. So you know, so I'm that. I think I'm that bridge. You know what I mean? So I want to use myself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, well, I think I'm outside of my body right now. God using me right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, man, how does that feel? Like when you are able to say that?
Let me tell you, I don't have no burdens on me right now.
Yeah.
When I move, I feel light. I'm not gonna even lie. I feel light. You know what I mean? I'm just, because I think I'm walking in my purpose. You know what I mean? So I just move light. You know what I'm saying? So I only want good vibes around me. You know what I mean? So I use my intuition also. If I feel something off, or if your energy wrong, you know what I'm saying, for me at the time, you know, I mean, you know, I ain't scared of it, you know what I'm saying, but I got other shit I'm trying to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, like this, let me tell you, you see the shirt I got on, say faith over fear.
Look, that's one of my favorite sayings right now.
That's how I live. This is from my little cousin, Zakira Lewis. Y'all find it on IG. On her IG, never too late. Yeah. So, you know, I love this here, man. So I wear it a lot. You know, I got all different colors, but that's how I feel, you know what I'm saying? Faith over fear, you know. So like I said, I don't fear nothing, but I got the faith that, you know, God gonna protect me, because I'm doing His work. You know what I mean? So right now, you know, I'm looking for believers, and if you want that believe and want to see change in the youth, help me. You know what I'm saying? Unite with me. I mean, I'm out here trying, because let me tell you this, I ain't got to be doing this.
Yeah.
At all. I don't have to be doing this. I could be taking trips, going wherever, doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do this, but let me take that back. I'm obligated to do this, because, like I said, a higher power got me right now. You know what I mean? So, you know, he controls my moves right now. So anytime I'm out, I interact with you, just try to get them a little information, just anything that might change their mindset. You know what I mean? Because, you know, the mamas, they still trying to be outside. The daddies ain't around. Half of the daddies walking around like a zombie, you know what I'm saying? They don't even know themselves. Nobody can recognize them, you know what I'm saying? That's the issue with the men. I mean, that's a whole nother subject. But I want the men back too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to tighten up too, man. You know what I mean? You know, hey, I know, like I say, I didn't grow up with a daddy, so it was a lot of stuff that wasn't taught to me.
Yeah.
But talk to somebody that ain't in your regular crew that you around every day, man, because they feeding you bullshit and lies. You know what I'm saying? But if you really want some good information, man, talk to somebody that's doing something else, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, hey, that's what being a man is, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I can tell you, but ain't none of y'all really a lot more gangster than me. I done did a whole lot of shit, boy.
Mhm.
And get my timing wrong, I'm gonna pray for you.
I know that's right. I was like, come on, come on, bro.
I'm gonna pray for you.
I will pray for you.
Cause let me tell you something, I ain't got no more time to get on people.
Yeah,
I ain't got no more time to get on people.
Facts.
But you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to do, man. Change lives, man. Talk to as many people as I can. You know, and like I say, I want to provide jobs for these guys too. I mean, not just the guys, the kids, girls, young men, young women. Just giving them opportunity to do something positive. You know what I mean? So you know, I'm trying to get help from churches, any civic groups, fraternities, sororities. Anybody want to donate to the cause? Because see, right now, I'm gonna tell you, I'm paying. I got like 3-4 employees right now. I'm paying them out of pocket. You know what I mean? Just to get them so they do keep them out of trouble. You know what I mean? But you know, I've been doing this for a year. You know what I'm saying?
You're providing like the game film for kids, right?
I'm sending them to film games. I'm just uploading. I got some big stuff coming up because people love my work. I'm one. I consider myself one of the best out here doing it. You know what I mean? Because I got the feel for the game. You know what I mean? Not just football, all sports. I used to be an all around athlete. You know what I'm saying? So I know the game. You know what I'm saying? So I can anticipate what's going to happen. So I'm catching everything the right way. You know what I mean? So they love what I'm doing. So I'm starting to blow up. You know, I got a lot of tournaments booked upcoming that I got coming up. You know, and as you see, I got these jerseys made, man.
I feel jerseys.
My goal, you know, the next year or two, I'm gonna be putting on my own tournament. You know what I'm saying? Both teams gonna be having maybe the black against the red. You know what I mean? With these jerseys, you know, or something similar to it. But you know, I got some big stuff going on, so I'm gonna try. My goal, I want to be the leader in youth sports. You know what I'm saying? Filming youth sports.
Filming it.
Okay. I'm gonna be the biggest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finna, you know, with the funding, I already got relationships built up with a lot of teams and stuff. So just with the funding, you know, for equipment and, you know, payroll to get started, you know what I mean? And just to be able to, you know, put these people to work, because once I put it out there that I'm hiring, you know what I'm saying, these kids, they you know, they ain't gonna just be kids, because I'm gonna try to provide opportunities, like I say, for some of everybody. But I want them dads, man. I got to get y'all back out there, you know, to be present at these games in your children's life, man, because that's all they want to see. Man, that'll change their whole life, man. They see y'all dads show up to the game, man. You know what I'm saying?
And show up to the game.
Just show up.
Listen, partner with me.
Hold up, Jad. Hold up. Just show up. For a couple of minutes, man. At the very least, then you can go back and do what you're doing. If you feel like you need to be out there that bad, just show up, though, man. The streets ain't gonna miss you. You'll be all right if you leave for an hour.
You will be.
I promise you, it's gonna still be there. But
and listen, what I was gonna say, I'll even come on board to help you. We got to get them in schools too, because just like how you would sit and wait for him, you know, just to do those things or just show up, or how kids may sit and wait for a dad to show up at a game. Man, when these kids get these awards at school, just something as simple as coming to eat lunch with your kid, it can change the whole day. It could even possibly change the entire year if you just dangle that and be like, hey man, you know, if you get back right with your grades, I'm gonna come back. Like, I'm gonna try to make an effort to do that. Like, we've got to bridge that. We got to bridge that sports and that education definitely. And other areas. Just take them to church, you know, one Sunday. You know, we all need that. So I'm a huge proponent of fathers being in their kids' lives, like being, just being there for the kids. I feel very strongly about that. Like you've got to show up. Like you've got to make that time. It's not even about just breaking bread. Like what is that? Kids are not going to remember all that stuff that you buy them. They're going to remember.
I didn't want nothing. I ain't
Right.
want
They're going to remember how much you like, especially if you have a dad that's busy. They're going to remember, oh my God, my dad took time out of his busy schedule to come to this game, or to make sure I was okay in this area, or just to show up here. Man, they're going to remember that. They are going to.
I got to say this. I don't for one bit think, I didn't do it right. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I don't for 1 minute think I'm better than nobody else, because I still come through and hang out. I still come through and hang out with the best of them, you know what I mean? But I'm still the same old person, man. It's just, I got different stuff I have to do. You know what I mean? That's my mission.
You are evolving. And I don't think it's anything wrong with evolving into the man that you are to become. You know what I'm saying? Like you still are rooted into some principles that you had. You are still that person, but you're growing as a man. Like you're growing as a man into what's really important. Like all that other stuff, it's just like your family is important. Your legacy is important. Like those are things that you are looking at right now. Like when you leave this earth, what is somebody going to say about you? Like it's always like that saying that resonates with me is your birth, the year you were born, when you die, both of those are critical, but it's that dash in between that is paramount. Like that paramount, that's what really, really counts. Like, what are you doing from the time you were born until it's time for you to take your last breath? Like, are you doing what God called you to do on this earth? And we are not all perfect. It's some people who, I say that I want to get close to God all the time. And it's just like, I find myself having to hit the reset button constantly, but it's like, it's not a journey that I'm going to give up on. It's tough. It's hard, but I want a better life. I want to be a better person. I want to be more spiritually sound. I want to feel like I'm making a difference on this planet while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So it's time up for just trying to prove a point and all this other stuff. It's like we are now at the age where we're passing the torch to the younger generation, like where we should be giving back and instilling things and principles into these kids that are coming up. And we're trying to make our dreams come true while doing that. But I just feel like it's okay to evolve. Like it is time, you know what I'm saying, to evolve into who we are meant to be. And so realistically, that's why I called you on this show, because like over the years, like the few times that I had been seeing you, like when I would see you at events, I'm like, it is just something different about Pooh. Like he just looks different. Like it's like you carry a different aura about yourself. And it's like, I respect it.
Don't say that now. Don't say that.
It's like, I respect that so much. It's just like, I respect seeing growth on a person. You know what I'm saying? I truly do. I respect seeing someone who was one way, and then it's like I see you going through it where it's like you're trying to become a better person. And I wanted you, I was like, listen, I want you to come on this podcast. I want you to tell everybody that what you're trying to do, because it is positive. And when I see you, you're like, donate here, or let's do this. It reminds me of all these other groups that I've been a part of, where it's like, hey, help these kids out. We just need for you to donate this, or
and hey, listen. It's truly for the kid, because
it is.
I don't need your money. Mm-hmm. I'm putting everything I'm doing back in. Right. Man, you guys treat them. Hey, everything I do, I'm trying to give away stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's for them, man. They need something to do. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to provide them, something to do, something positive to do. Because if we don't, man, they killing each other for the dumbest of reasons.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of it is the lack of activities for them to do. So they just bored, just doing stupid shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm telling you, the other day, Friday, I had just filmed a game Friday night, man, a high school game, and I'm walking to the car, getting in the car. Suggested behind. They started fighting. I thought they were just slapboxing at first. The police right there, and they just started fighting. I went and grabbed one. I said, man, what are you doing? Man, some stuff y'all just gotta let go, man. I said, it can't be that serious, dog.
Yeah.
Come on, man, y'all tripping, and his partners, they standing around and egging them on. I'm like, come on, man, come on, y'all gotta chill, man. Then of course they got hauled off. I'm like, why would y'all let him do that? Y'all see the police right there. So it's just some stuff. I try to tell everybody, man, just some stuff, man. You just gotta take a little second to just think about what you're doing, man, before you do it. And we all gotta practice conflict resolution.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's missing from the smallest to the biggest, man. Conflict resolution. Everybody ready to pop off. Everybody ready to pull it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy, man. Y'all gotta settle down, man. And as far as the parents, I can't tell you what to do. Y'all grown, man. You call your own shots. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all couldn't wait till y'all got grown. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna raise my children how I want to raise them. You know what I'm saying? All that there, but sometimes you're raising them wrong.
Right.
They looking at what you're doing. You know what I mean? And man, I'm gonna tell you, but it's wild out here, man. I've been going out jazz. I've been going. What's up with these girls with these skirts up, showing half of their ass, just walking around? That's what it is.
I don't know.
Like, God, damn, what's going on? I'm a look, but you know what I'm saying? That don't mean. But I'm just a man, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, but I'm gonna tell you something. You don't even have to do all that.
Yeah.
You're more attractive because y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to be queens now.
Right.
Y'all want us kings to treat y'all as queens. You're more, I'm going to tell you, you're more sexy. You can be sexy in a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Just some jeans on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't got to put it all out there, but that's a whole other angle.
And it's true. And it's true. And
let me say this, because I gotta say this. Because y'all women, what's the say? It's y'all body. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do with y'all body.
And that's true too.
That's true.
Those two.
Ain't gonna get too far in front of y'all want to take it all off. Go ahead, I guess. But I'm just saying, but make sure it's in the right place, man. Because I'll be looking up. I'd be thinking about the children, man.
Absolutely. I agree.
Everything, you know what I'm saying? It ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
And it's very true. And I feel like a lot of young women, they don't understand the essence of femininity anyway. And they need to listen to it, and shameful as it is, sometimes they do need to hear it from a guy. Because that's ultimately sometimes that's who they're doing it for. And if they really understood the perception that they're putting out there, the message that they're putting out there, I think that they would chill on it. But they also need, respectable women to show them and guide them and lead them in the way of that too. I had an organization called Top Buttons that came to my school today, and they service middle school kids, like middle school girls, to empower them, to give them different techniques in terms of looking professional, looking presentable. And through that's the catalyst that they start the conversation and the engagement into life, like different life skills. And they have different seminars for them. And I wish you could have seen the girls at my school. Like, they got blazers, they got slacks. It was all business casual wear. And it's like, it starts with the way you look, and that in essence will start to change the way that you think, the way that you carry yourself.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna tell you this. I think a lot of them confused though right now, because see, it used to be a time where the good girls would be the college girls, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the hood then got into the college, you know what I'm saying? So, and what you thought was supposed to be the good girls, they bringing that ratchet shit to the school. You know what I'm saying? So everybody mixed in together now. So they
find in the trends. It's trendy. And it's hard. I know that it's hard for girls to you know, to be modest and all that. It's difficult, but like you stated, it's a time and a place for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You
It's
know,
just learning that right thing. And so I you know, I love anybody who's doing positive things for our youth, because the youth, they hold the key to our future. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in the church, they say that if you want your church to grow, then you got to go to the young people. Like, you got to go and you got to.
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this right here. I challenge 5 churches to give me $10,000 each, and watch what I do with it. Watch how many kids I give a job to. Watch that. I challenge 5 churches to give me $10,000 each, and you business owners, you know what I mean? You know, I see a lot of people, they doing their thing, but you got to give back. If you care about your community, you have to give back. You know what I mean? And hey, you lovely women, you entrepreneurs, you boss babes, all that deal. I need y'all help too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be the example, you know, and the fellas too. But I'm telling you, hey, you a woman, you're a business owner, you're doing real good. You know what I'm saying? Give me a good donation, a good corporate donation, and watch how instantly your edges start growing back. You know
Not your edges.
Watch how your edges start growing back.
Let me tell you something, Poole. Let me tell you who I really want to donate to you. I want all of those people that you just stated. But who I really look at are guys who like to stunt.
I want them too.
I always I'm serious, but like follow me for a second.
The women, listen
for a second.
If one of them dudes, your old man,
we'll talk to him.
You'll be impressed if he donate.
Yes, you would. So this is what I'm saying. Like, that guy that when they go to the club, they want to pop bottles, they want to buy the bar, they want to just show that, you know, they flashy with the bracelets, with the jewelry. They, you know, it's the life of the party, right? So just flip it. Just flip it. Buy out with giving.
Hey, sometimes,
nonprofit organizations that are trying to do better. Like, that's how I see it. I just want to go up to them and be like, oh, you flashing money, just put it in my hand. I promise you, just put the stacks in my hand and just watch what we do with it. And that's how I feel. You know?
If you one of the people, you don't go to church, tithe with me. watch and I want you to join me too now, because I need the hustlers, the gangsters. I need all y'all on my team, because I'm gonna have jobs as security for y'all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All them badasses out there. Yeah, because see, I'm gonna start with the head. If I get the head, the body will follow.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So if you had to do an elevator pitch, you meet somebody, let's just say I'm somebody who has bank. Like, I'm a philanthropist. I love to give back. I meet you on a trip. You know, we may just be in the airport and I see that you have this gear, you have game film now, paraphernalia on, and, you know, you just look like somebody that's interested. And I say, hey, sir, like, I noticed like your shirt. Can you tell me about it? Because I'm interested. Like, how would you pitch game film now with the purpose of what you're doing and what you want to accomplish?
Well, I mean, I would start, you know, it's just, honestly, I mean, you know, I'm doing it for the youth. You know, it's not for me. It's my priority. It's my obligation. You know what I mean? To because I've taken a lot from the community. Yeah. So I have to give back. You know, so I'm just looking for people that, if you say and if you truly care, you know what I mean, about the course that our youth that our youth are taking. You know what I mean? The trajectory is going down, and it's going down real fast. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's like I say, it's different obstacles that put them in that situation, but I'm trying to pull them out. You know,
and you're trying to pull them out by doing what? Like, what is it that you do?
By showing them a positive way. You know what I mean? It's introducing them into film, because when I film, you know, I commentate, you know, while I'm broadcasting.
Yeah.
And so maybe they might find an interest in that, and maybe when they might want to get a little more serious in school and take up journalism classes or take up broadcasting classes or just film classes altogether.
Right.
So it's something positive. You know what I mean? It's another outlet for them. Just because once I got interested in it, I love doing it. Because I love sport. So it's just perfect for me. You know what I mean? So if you love sports and you care about the youth, I would say join me. You know what I mean? That's the path I'm on.
Yeah.
I need all the help I can get. If you're well off and you have a passion for helping others and giving back, I don't see nothing else better. You're gonna see the progress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna see the progress. Because what I'm building, I got some big stuff coming up. With what I'm building, I'm gonna try to take over Central Florida, and then the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Just what I'm building, what I'm having built.
Yeah.
So I got big plans, big dreams, and I just need all the support I can get. Because I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change, but I can't do it on my own.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that you have a social media page. You have a YouTube page. You have a YouTube following. So what was one of the games that you filmed that you were like really proud of? Like when you sit back and you think about it, like what was one job that you were booked to do that you're like?
Let me tell you. So a couple of weeks ago, I live streamed a game for Bartow. They played Davenport. It was in Bartow. That was a special game for me because, they played out there at 555, and that's where I grew up playing at. Yeah. So, I commentated. I was on the mic, had the crowd hyped up. So it's on the channel, Game Film Now on YouTube. Make sure you go and find that game, man. I was so hyped.
Yeah.
I was up in the booth. I couldn't contain myself. I was like, Coach, let me get in. You know what I'm saying? I want to get in the game. I was so hyped up, man. So, I just love it. You know what I mean? I love doing it, So, so that was, check that game out if you get a chance. But, a lot of the stuff I live stream, I got a passion, you know what I'm saying? And because I know what gives me joy, the kids, once they get onto the channel and they just love seeing this stuff. They send me comments and emails, you know what I'm saying? I get a lot of thank yous from parents. They love what I'm doing. Everybody loves what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, because it's needed. They see what I'm trying to do. So, everybody loves it, man. So that's the joy I get from behind it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I care about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, if you want to come and live stream this podcast event, you sure can stop by on Saturday from noon to 5. Come and live stream.
So, listen,
you probably got a game to do.
Yeah, I made a commitment. I'm going to be in Bartow.
Yeah.
They asked me to come and live. Well, I don't know if I'm a live streamer or not, but they asked me to come.
Yeah.
And film the game Saturday.
Cool.
They got some big stuff going on out there Saturday. So that's what I made a prior.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anytime I can come back to Bartow, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of anything they got going on down there, I'm gonna do that. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna buy a ticket though to your event, and you can give it away to somebody. I'm gonna just buy a ticket.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I see that because your wife was on here and she was commentating. Like I didn't know if she was doing it because she wanted to win the ticket. But I definitely can talk to her. But I was gonna offer it to Miss Sharon Carter if she is interested. Who is donating a ticket? So if you want that ticket, link with me and we will make that happen because I do appreciate you. Do you see this comment? I'm gonna put it up here. Which I said I was gonna give away 2 tickets to the show anyway. So Miss Trina, I did see you tagged like 10 people in one of your comments, and you have been commenting. I don't know if you shared this post, but if you did, then you definitely, what I will do you will be the winner of the 2 tickets for tonight, Miss Trina, and then we'll let Pooh donate the ticket to Sharon. So how about we do that? So we just gave away 3 free tickets tonight on tonight's episode. All right. So is that a deal? That sounds good to you, Mr. Leverette?
Yes.
So that's how we'll play that. That's how we'll handle it. So Trina, make sure you get you a guest together. Just inbox me the names so I can put you guys on the list. And I got you. So I'll see you Saturday from noon to 5. And so Pooh, if people are very serious about donating to Game Film Now, how can they do that? How can they make donations?
So through Zelle, Game Film Now at gmail.com or Cash App Game Film Now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like I say, I'll be in Bartow out there 555. Let me say this. Some people tell me I'm really a nice person, you know what I'm saying? I can't help the way I look. I'm really a good, nice person, man. So you can approach me, you know what I'm saying? Speak to me because, I like to laugh. I like to have fun, you know what I mean? I'm not always serious, you know what I'm saying? I love to laugh and have fun, you know what I mean? So, but,
I'm going to say it because you brought it up. I was not going to bring it up, but you brought it up. So I'm a piggyback now. Look, I'm trying to get this hell right. I know they like, why the hell looking crazy? Listen, what I remember, I'm gonna tell you how it just was so different seeing you like now versus back then. Pooh, I used to look at you and I'm like, oh my, like you used to scare me. Like I used to be like, damn, Pooh is mean. Like he's so mean. Why would I say you used to walk around me and Muggy all the time? Now you was comical and you were funny. Like I remember that, but what I remember, I was like, man, y'all better not mess with Pooh. Like y'all,
yeah.
Like, look, Pooh ain't about it, right? And I'm like, when I saw you, at an event, and I think it was Katina Campbell's party, maybe her, was it her 45th that she did? I think it was her 45th, like the 50 Shades of Grey, and I was like, Pooh just is smiling the whole time. I'm just like, is that Pooh? I asked Toy. I was like, is that Pooh?
I was like, dancing,
you are like full of life. You smiling. Yeah, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm on something else. I'm gonna tell you because being in the streets, it turned into an animal. It turned me into a different person. I'm not gonna lie. So I didn't have no love for nobody. Yeah. Plus a lot of the things I was going through, and a lot of the things I was putting in my body, you know what I mean? It was just the life I was living, man. It just turned me into a different person. But I had to let all that go, man, and start back enjoying life, man, and just getting back to being me. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've been saying I might try. I might go do an open mic stand up, man. I might put a little couple minute routine. I might try stand up, man. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. I was gonna jump out there because when Jason did his event, I was gonna sign up.
Yeah, for the open mic. Why not?
Y'all gonna sign up? I'm gonna put me a little routine together. You know what I'm saying? But I said, no, I might better go try that over there first before I get up there. But
I think you should try it when he has it. He's going to be one of my guests that I'm interviewing, right?
Yeah.
I think you should try it. I feel like, here's my philosophy for life. I just feel like, we have one life to live. And while we have breath in our body, why not try the things that we are curious of if we're going to be successful at? Like you only have, it's either a yes or a no. So it's either you're going to be like, yeah, you are good at it. And you get your answer. It's going to be like, no. Don't do that ever again. Like you learn, you grow, and you move, but you won't have that question no more. So I think
I reached out to Jason. We're gonna link up because like I told him, I got some big stuff coming up, man. So I may need him to just host some or you too. I know that's what you do too. So Trust me, I'm building a team. I know the people I want for when I get ready.
All right.
Hey, I'm busy over here. I'm busy over here now.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I got shit popping over here now.
Well, pop.
Yeah, you know.
Let me know.
You gotta stay busy, man. Yeah, you know, so people don't see me. You ain't gonna really see me in the club. I might pop out every now and then, but I'm busy trying to make some real shit happen, man. You
and
know
I love that. And I love that. And stay the course, stay on that positive path. And I really want to, like I said, I asked you to be on the show because I wanted to bring more awareness, you know, with the people who are in my audience, because I really do have some dope followers and some dope members of the Jazzie crew. And so I know
you got you know a lot of people got that paper. Let me get some of that paper, man. It ain't for me. It ain't for me. Watch me work now, but I want you to join me, but watch me work. I'm telling you, I'm gonna change your city.
That's very true. That's very true.
Go see some changes around there. Watch what I do. I'm finna take it. I'm finna take over, man. I'm finna be the biggest thing around. I'm telling you. But I need y'all help too now.
Absolutely. So I just say, like, if you are, a part of my Jazzie crew, if you are watching this episode, like, this is somebody that I really would vouch for with what he's doing, because I think it's very positive. And all you have to do is just go to Game Film Now, check him out on YouTube, check out what he's about. You know what I mean? Facebook.
I got a Facebook page for Game Film Now. I got a Facebook page under my name, post a lot of silly shit on there. Got a YouTube video. I got a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I got some little silly videos I be making every now and then, so if you want a quick little laugh,
Yeah.
But I'm good people, man. I'm good people.
Yeah.
I'm honest. You know what I'm saying? I don't play with nobody's money. That's one thing I don't do. Mm-hmm. No. I don't play with nobody's money because I don't want nobody playing with mine.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? If you entrust in me, I'm gonna show you. All I can do is show you. But you know what I'm saying? Join me. I need everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't, just start being a positive influence in people's lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could start just words. You know what I'm saying? Words make a big difference. You know what I mean? Just say some positive words to somebody, man. You know what I mean? Somebody that, you know what I'm saying, a teenager, preteen, teenager, whatever. Mm-hmm. Give them positive words. Don't mean to encourage them to do stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that shit funny or whatever, man.
Right.
I don't like that, man. I don't like that.
Yeah.
And, be positive, man. We gotta have change, man. Because it's rough out here, and it's gonna get a little rougher if we don't tighten up. We gotta be a community, man. This is our village. We gotta be that village for each other.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And so I'm so thankful that you were able to do the podcast. Thank you for doing a late podcast. I truly appreciate that. This is like 2 hours past the time start time that I normally do it, because I normally do it, of course, on Mondays at 7 p.m. And so I truly thank you for your time, Mr. Leverette. I thank you for all of your time and your effort, even your own financial resources that you are putting into making your dream come true with Game Film Now. And I want everybody to go and support him. So Zelle, Cash App, Game Film Now. Make sure you reach out to him, Tavares Leverette. He has his own personal Facebook page. So if you want to inbox him and learn more, y'all go chop it up over lunch or whatever, what have you, just to learn more about what his vision is and what he's trying to do. I would greatly appreciate you doing that, because it is something that's near and dear to my heart in terms of someone who's trying to do positive things for the kids, but it's also in my field that I love to do, when it's coming to filming, when it's about writing, when it's about broadcasting, commentating, all of those good things. So let's give our kids an opportunity to learn from someone who can be a positive influence on them. And especially those kids who are at risk, who just think they only have one way out. Let him nurture them and show them, the right path that they need to get down and follow. So that's why I really wanted him on. I really appreciate your time. And I look forward to, and just let me know how I can help. Just reach out to me. Let me know. This episode will definitely be posted on YouTube, Facebook, IG, all of those great platforms, and we just will be behind you 100%. So thank you so much, Mr. Leverette, for giving your time.
Thank you, Jazz. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Absolutely.
So I started off a little slow, a little nervous, but as we talked, I just got more comfortable, and because I believe in what I'm doing. What I'm saying, and this is all I'm doing right now. So I believe in it. So I appreciate all the support. If you find it in your heart to help, I appreciate you. Reach out to me, send me a message. You know what I'm saying? If you got a kid, preteen, send me a message. You know what I'm saying? I can put together about 15, 20 minutes to talk to them. Give them a few words. You know what I mean? I'll do that.
Yeah.
So, what I'm saying? Anytime I can do that, man, just send me a message. Send me a message.
Yeah.
I try to set something up, to talk to him. Talk to him or her. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So definitely take him up on his offer. And so I want to see you. I'm glad that you are tuned in here, but I definitely want to see you this Saturday from noon to 5 to help me celebrate my 3-year podcast anniversary live show. Like I stated, we are going to have some performances, some live performances. We're going to laugh. We're going to listen to great music, great singing, live singing. We are going to have a live DJ, photo stations, vendors, food trucks, live interviews, all of that good stuff. We are interviewing the Experience Life podcast host, Catrice Hadley and D Powell. We have Jason Alexander of Smart Mouth and J Styles Events. We are going to be interviewing Mr. Christopher King, who is the CEO, proprietor, creator of the Gentleman's Course. And he also is an advocate for human rights. And he's a philanthropist. He just so happens to be BB King's grandson. So we're going to chop it up with him. We're going to do all things the Jazzie way. And so I want you to make sure you get your tickets because the ticket numbers are low right now, but you better get your tickets while they last. All right. So you can go to eventbrite.com to get those tickets. You can reach out to me about that. And congratulations to Miss Trina for getting her 2 complimentary tickets to the show on Saturday. And congrats to Miss Sharon Carter because Mr. Tavares Leverette has donated a ticket to you as well. So I hope to see all of you. Before I get out of here, I cannot say enough about how important it is for you to express your right to vote. Please get out and vote. Tomorrow is the last day for you to get out and vote. You got to exercise your vote, even if neither one of the candidates are a favorite of yours. People have literally lost their lives, been tortured, been taxed, had to decide whether or not they were going to pay their mortgage or if they were going to vote, pay to vote. That's what our history is. So if you have a free opportunity to get out and exercise your civic duty, to get out and vote, please make sure that you do that. Please do not set us back 1,000 years on November 6th. It is going to be too late on November 6th. I don't want to hear anybody's opinion on November 6th because do what you need to do by November 5th. All right. So get out and vote. Make sure you get out and vote. Can't say that enough. So this has been episode 138 of the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast with my special guest, Mr. Tavares Leverette, the CEO, proprietor, owner and operator of Game Film Now. Make sure you reach out to him. Make sure you reach out to me and I will let you know how you can donate to him as well. Zelle, Cash App, Game Film Now. Check out his YouTube channel, subscribe, engage, share it, leave some comments in the comment section for him so that he'll know how you think he's doing and just participate, get involved, like ask him how.
Go ahead, subscribe.
That's what you got to do.
Subscribe. Take your little cousin subscribe to this channel.
Because listen, there's a monetary gain in those subscriptions. So you got to make sure, let's get his numbers up. And you do the same thing for the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, you follow. Make sure you leave me a review in the comment section. And I thank you so much for listening in on tonight. Pooh, I think this is going to be my last episode for November because I'm taking a break after this podcast.
Hey, you deserve it. You deserve it.
Listen, and I never take a break, but this is the final episode of November. So I definitely will see you back in December, rejuvenated, full of life. And I hope to have great news about how much money that you guys have raised for Game Film Now. So donate to the cause. All right. So we are going to be promoting it from now until. All right. So we want to make sure that he's very successful. So I hope you have a great evening. Remember, you can come back from anything with God, the right resources, knowing how to use those resources effectively, and your willingness to do the necessary work. Until next time in December, I will see you later. Thank you so much. Pooh. See you later. All right. Have a good night.